Also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style Paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world.
Big-time, nighttime pools are always at Los Alamitos, with early Pick 4 pools of more than $175,000 on most nights, and a late Pick 4 pool of more than $150,000 on most nights. Plus, our Pick 6 pools have reached record figures in 2025, including a total pool of over $370,000 on June 15th, and record Pick 6 payouts. Big-time, nighttime pools every weekend at Los Alamitos.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
All right, listen, we're back on the air now, folks. I want to remind everybody out there, whatever platform you were on, it's not your problem. We had a huge power surge here that knocked out everything. We had to reboot everything. And so these things technically happen. Now we're getting towards the top of the hour for the radio station that has a commitment for another show at the top of the hour. We can go longer on YouTube. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to Rich Ang. I'm going to try to get Richie's picks on and John's picks before we get off the radio. If not, for those folks, as a matter of fact, we're not even going to press it. Not even going to press it because we're less than a minute away. I'm not going to jam in these picks because folks out there are trying to write these things down. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to wind up ending the show on the radio at our usual time. And then we will stay on YouTube. We will stay on YouTube to get Richie on, John's picks on, and Jerry J on. Okay? We're gonna get those three on in the usual amount. We're running over on YouTube. We can do that on YouTube. And so for those of you listening on the radio, and for those of you out there who have reluctantly not tried YouTube yet, this is the time to do it. Just go to YouTube, hit South Point Studios on the search bar. When you get to that page, hit the Race Day icon. You'll get to our page, and you will see and hear the show. But because of the technical difficulties and a hard break at the top of the hour, which is about 20 seconds away now, for the radio station, there is another show getting ready on the radio station. We cannot push through the radio station and the news at the top of the hour. But we can do it on YouTube, and that's one of the great things about YouTube. So for those of you listening to us on the radio, get to YouTube, and we'll get the rest of the picks from Jerry Jackowitz, John Lindo's picks, and Rich Ang, who's standing by right now. But for those of you on the radio, we are really sorry about this, but these things happen in radio. These things happen in broadcasting. And so for those of you, we just wish you a very great race day, everybody. All right, now we're back on YouTube, and hopefully the folks that have been listening to us on the radio can switch over to YouTube. In the meantime, let's get out to Rich Ang. Richie standing by. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners. And Ralph, you're doing a great job. I tell you what, I worked a lot of live television with ABC Sports before moving to Las Vegas. And when you're doing live broadcasts, anything can happen, and you got to be prepared. And you did a great job making the segue.
And thank you, sir. And not only that, let's hope that the folks who have been stubborn and not been trying YouTube out will definitely try it right now. Let's hope for that. All right, Richie, I know that you have in the past worked at Arlington Park on days for the Arlington Million, so I'll ask you about your thoughts about the Arlington Million today.
Yeah, I guess I started to talk about it, and that's when the power surge hit.
Yeah.
But my comments basically, when I looked at the race last night, I did not think this was one of the stronger editions of the Arlington Million. I heard you say one of the horses already has scratched vesting, which leads me to like the import Cairo, even though this is not one of the better imports that has come over from overseas from Europe. The fact is the horse has been facing good international competition. And I love the rider, the fact that Ben Curtis is on. If people have been following this kid, Ralph, when he came over to the U.S. from England, he really struggled at first. But during the fairgrounds meet this spring, something clicked and he really picked it up, and his momentum has continued. He is riding at great guns at Colonial Downs. So I like Cairo as a small upset.
You're right as far as him, just something happened, it clicked and everything, because this is a talented rider. And I think, by the way, he's the leading rider right now at Colonial Downs.
It might be, and one of the races that really brought him to light was when he rode a horse for Steve Asmussen called I think it was Magnitude, to win one of the big stakes. And his instructions from Asmussen were put this horse on a lead and go as fast and as far as you can. And if you remember, Magnitude won by like 12 lengths in a sloppy racetrack at Fairgrounds.
Yeah, no question about that. And he's right in the zone right now. And for all those reasons, you like Cairo, which is 7-2 on the morning line in that 11th race, the Arlington Million at Colonial Downs. All right, Richie. Well, I know that you have not only a pick at Del Mar, where you have a full sheet there as well, but you also have a pick today at Saratoga.
Yeah, we had a nice winner yesterday at Saratoga, and I went with the Flavion Pratt, Chad Brown combination. One more time, we'll dip to the well, Ralph. Race 12, mile and an eighth on the turf. Let's go with the 2, Amplitude. But however, this time it's Manny Franco riding for Chad Brown. But this horse looked like he needed the race last time out off the layoff. He didn't quite kick it in until too late. But I think this horse will run an approved effort today. 2, Amplitude, race 12.
All right, the 12th and final race today at Saratoga, number 2, Amplitude, the 2 in the 12th race at Saratoga. And you do have a full sheet of handicapping for today's races at Del Mar, the entire 10-race card at Del Mar. And so where are we going with a pick there after a nice win yesterday?
I tell you what, us handicappers on the show, Ralph, we don't discuss who we're going to pick.
Yep.
Every once in a while, we set up a Siraco play, and every once in a while like this, we land on the same horse. Race 9 in the yellow ribbon. I like the 2, Heredia. John Hardoon gave out a lot of the reasons that I would give out. I'm a big Graham Motion fan, and Motion, when he has shipped to Southern California, has been deadly. Juan Hernandez rides. Let's go with the 2, Heredia, in the yellow ribbon.
All right, in the 9th race, the yellow ribbon at Del Mar, you and Jonathan Ardoon land on the same horse. That's our Good Housekeeping handicapper's seal of approval. When 2 or more handicappers land on the same horse, that's the case here with number 2, Heredia, the 2 in the 9th race at Del Mar. Want to remind everybody out there that Richie has a full sheet of handicapping the entire card at Del Mar and a suggested simulcast pick as well. At the racedaylasvegas.com websites. Hey, thanks a lot, Richie, for staying in there, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. Good luck, everybody.
All right, before we wrap it up with Jerry Jackowitz, I want to give you John Lindo's picks. First of all, I want to remind everybody out there the John Lindo's Lindo report for all the races today at Del Mar, including a suggested late pick 4 and all the goodie information available here, as well as a Lindo report covering the last 5 races at Saratoga, and a suggested late pick 5 at Saratoga. 2 separate Lindo reports, the last 5 races Saratoga, the entire card at Del Mar. The Lindo reports can be had right now in only one place in this gaming capital, and that is here at the South Point Racebook, free of charge, complimentary here. Now we're going to go to Saratoga for John Lindo's pick. John Lindo's pick comes in the 11th race at Saratoga, so we might have a late double between him and Richie. In the 11th race at Saratoga today, John Lindo likes number 5, Chatter. Number 5, Chatter. I guess it's offspring for our chat box there. In the 11th race, the 5, Chatter. Manny Franco aboard at 6-1. 11th race, Saratoga is John's pick there. At Del Mar, John Lindo comes in the 7th race with a pick there. In the 7th race at Del Mar, John Lendl likes number 8, Beyond Brilliant. Beyond Brilliant. Hector Barrios aboard on the turf. 7th race, the 8, is John Lendl's pick at Del Mar. Now we're going to wrap it up by going to Jerry Jackowitz standing by. Jerry, you got to sleep a few more minutes here with the technical difficulties.
I didn't get to sleep. I was on time. I had to get it.
So there, you got a bad beat there, huh? Yeah, you got a bad beat there. In any case,
if anything, I'm missing my breakfast is late.
That's right. You have to back up your tea time today too, I guess.
Right. The sacrifices we make to do shows for the people.
I got to tell you one thing right now. You came up big yesterday with the winner, and the link-ups to hit the exact and the trifecta yesterday. And so we'll try to keep that mojo going today at Saratoga. We'll start with Saratoga.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're on a little run there, it looks
You
like.
are, yeah.
I'm going to go to the 12th race for Saratoga, but I'm not going with the favorite, which Richie picked. He has Amplitude, right? The 2-horse from Chad Brown.
Yep.
I like, what is it? Number 5, El DeLarry. Sort of a cheap horse coming up from Laurel, who seems to be getting better and better on the turf. His last race was really excellent. If he can repeat that race, if he can actually improve off of that race, he's got a really good chance to beat these. And I think the signal here to you folks out there is, if you see the turf course's speed favoring, that makes him worth double to me. So I like the 5, El DeLarry. I'm using the 1, 2, 7, and 10 behind him. Obviously, I'm pressing up 2, 5, 5, 2, which is Richie's horse, which is Chad Brown. That's only common sense. And there you go, the 5 in race number 12, El DeLarry. All
right, the 12th race, number 5, El DeLarry is, I guess, the name of the horse. The 5 over 1, 2, 7, 10, and reverse. And, of course, another 2, 5, 5, 2. Siraco play, I guess, is the exacta box of 2, 5, 5, 2 in that race. But your pick is the 5. You're going from Jerry yesterday to Larry today. All right, let's go to Del Mar.
Yeah. You said that. You said that like you were from French. I would have said it like from Brooklyn. Hey, El DeLarry.
All right. Okay.
All right. Let's go to the first. It's at Del Mar. Let's get the day off running. Mackenzie Street, the 1 horse, is just fast. And the 5 furlongs should suit him. First time turf, but he might not realize he's on the turf till after he's finished the race. So let's take the 1 over the 2, 3, 4. Small reverses.
All right, that's the first race at Del Mar. Post time is at 2 o'clock this afternoon, Pacific time. 5 furlongs on the turf, so if he breaks from the rail, you're right. By the time he finishes the race, he might figure out he's on the turf. But in any case, the 1 in the first race, easy to remember at Del Mar, the 1 over 2, 3, 4, and reverse. The 1 is the key. Don't forget, folks, Jerry J has his power pages for all of Del Mar and all of Saratoga that has all of those feature plays, pop-out keys, stars, Vs, etc. on his sheets right now at jerryjspowerpage.com. All right, well, we do want to apologize for the technical difficulties. We hope that those who are listening to us on the other platforms went over to YouTube to finally get a chance to see us and hear us on YouTube if you haven't. And so maybe the technical difficulties has a silver lining in it. In any case, everybody out there who's working and living in this time and day and age knows about technical difficulties. So until tomorrow, hopefully everything will work. In the meantime, you have a fantastic day at the races. And Jerry still has one more thing to say.
Have a great race day.